tonight's topic is ladies, are you ready? And it's 10 questions that ladies have for men. So if you have a question and you want to put it in the chat, feel free to. We would love to have your questions and your feedback. And so Gil's going to answer these questions, and this so we're basically going to talk about it. So the first question I'm going to ask is,
you can look at your notes.
Yeah,
She has these notes
I have
written down.
all these
I feel like I'm a
wonderful
little in the
things.
hot seat. So, fellas, I'm going to preface this. I'm going to do the best I can to represent us.
And men, if you're here, we need you to help Gil out.
Please
So come on here, guys, and
Please
help
do,
Gil out.
because this is one person's perspective. So you know how you see those commercials and they got those disclaimers, the answers and questions that you made are the views of my own.
I'm so funny. I thought about
So I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not speaking as a representation for every man. This is my own experience, 56 years of doing this. So I'm just going to do the best I can and try to represent.
You've been a man for 56 years.
Yeah. Well, not a old man. I've been a boy, but now I'm a man. But go ahead, let's get started. So we're gonna jump right in.
Okay, so
I'm ready, y'all.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. The first question is, what do men find attractive in women?
I'm representing from my perspective. I think, and I only can base it on just like with my experience with Renee. I think the first thing that came to mind was obviously her beauty and how she looked. She looked good, y'all. I seen her and I was like, this is interesting. So she looked good, but what the intangible that I really didn't think about until much time later was her confidence. Her confidence in how she displays. She initiated. So if you watch any of our content, you know that she initiated the actual contact that we had when we first met with a pencil. If you want to hear the story, we can tell it another time, but go back and look at episode, I think 2 or something like that we have listed, and we'll tell you the whole story of how she initiated it. So it was just obviously her beauty, that she was attractive young lady. We were 14 and 15 when we met, but it was even at that young age, it was her confidence. And even throughout that summer that we spent as boyfriend, girlfriend, she was fun. She was fun to be around. She was confident in who she was. Obviously, even at that young age, you always have low self-esteem issues and things like that. So I would say it was confidence, her joy, and how kind she was and how nice she was. And she was fun. She made it easy for me to be around her. I didn't feel like I had a whole lot of pressure on top of it. So that's how I'm at. So anybody, and my fellas out there, if you're out there and you want to chime in and say something about, not about Renee, but about your own experience, something that you find attractive in, what was the question?
So the question
find attractive
is,
in
what
women.
do men find attractive in women? And I thought it was good because the first thing I thought about was the confidence. That's one thing that you've always told me. That was the thing that was very confident that was attractive, was my confidence. So if you don't agree with that, please put your answer in the chat. If there's anyone in the chat right now, please, what do you find attractive? What do you think is attractive? What do you think is your most attractive feature as a woman?
And even as we're going through the questions, even if you answer, we're on to another question, you can answer that one and you can come back if you remembered it.
Yeah. So the first question is, what do men find attractive in women?
And so I'm looking, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm looking down, so I'm looking at the chat. So I'm trying to I'm going to try to answer the question. I'm going to look at the chat since Renee is doing this side. So we're going to keep track.
Thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, it does. Right. It does. Okay, so the next question is, how can I better understand a man's emotional and communication style?
Ooh. I would say in the very beginning, how can I understand a man's emotional and communication style? Let me answer the second part first.
Okay.
The communication style. We all have different communication styles. And so just know that your communication style may not be his. So you have to be open and flexible to say, you know what? Let's just say he's a direct communicator.
And sidebar, we have a free communication assessment on our website at richrelationshiprefuge.com. Go under free assessments and it's on there, free communication assessment.
So, and I think the pivotal point is not only understanding the communication style, and you may hear this multiple times, is listening. I would say for Renee, and I'm not going to generalize, would just say all women, because I know all women, some women listen very well. But when we first got together, Renee had to develop her listening skills because she was an excellent communicator, but she a talker, but she wasn't listening to some of the things that I said. So how do you understand it? Is actively listening to him. Listen to what he says. And you know you're actively listening if you can repeat back what he said. You can paraphrase it a little bit. And then at the end of that, just ask, is that right? Ask that little bit at the end, is that right? Did I hear you right? Before you answer or go on to the next thing. So that was the first part. And then the second part is about the emotional side. Empathy, 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 empathy. I would say empathetic, being understanding to where I'm coming from, because my experiences and things that happen in my life are mine. But also, you don't dismiss it, don't just cast it off as no big deal. Like I won't say, I'll say I hate when be a man, suck it up. Yeah. And especially in the day and time that we're in right now, men are, I think, a lot more emotionally in tune now than they have ever been in their life. I mean, I see it now because I work with a men of various ages, of a whole lot of different ages, everything from my age and older than me, actually, and younger. So I can say, and even from the experiences being around the military for as many years as we have, I've seen it all as far as men dynamics and types and things like that and where they come from. So I would say the empathy part is something that has been severely lacking from women, I think, in men, over the years. And some of it is because of societal changes and things like that. Men are just more in tune now than my generation. My generation, suck it up, rub some dirt on it, move on. Don't talk about how you feel. Keep it to yourself. Those types of things is something that we heard for years and years and years. And so when you take that attitude, it makes it very difficult to open up. So if I know Renee is being very empathetic and want to hear what I have to say, I'm going to be more in tune to open up and talk.
Hey, you guys who are here, if you have a question, even if it's not on the list, we want you to be involved. Please share your questions. The topic tonight is, are you ready? And that's going to be
Ladies
the topic.
edition.
Ladies edition. Ladies, are you ready? And so the question that we asked Gil was, how can you better understand a man's emotional and communication style?
So that's how I would answer that. So and you can put me on the hot seat. This is unscripted, so I'm just going to answer the way it comes out. So if you got a good question that you may have been curious about, this is your chance to get it in, ladies. I'm gonna spill the whole beans. I'm gonna tell y'all like the secrets.
Yeah. So if you guys have questions, please put it in the chat. We wanted to have questions already ready because in that way it kind of takes some of the pressure off of you guys. But if you have questions, things you want to know, please put it in the chat.
All right, bring it on. I think I answered. How did I do on the first two?
You did good.
Okay.
You did good.
How did I do, ladies, on the first two? If it's something, give me a thumbs up or something. Be some encouragement. I need some encouragement because I still feel like I'm on the hot seat. Go ahead.
You got some heart.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the next one is dun, 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 dun. This you just talked about this. How can I be a better listener to my man in his life?
I already said about the active listening in his life. That would still be the same as far as listening, but also input. If I can add something to that, not tell me what to do, but tell me what you think. Not how you feel, but tell me what you think. Men, we are logically, mentally, that's how we go to first. Men are very emotional. Obviously, we have emotions and things like that, but we will think about things logically, I think, and mentally first before we give anything else. So when you say that, I would say I'm always interested in what Renee thinks. Sometimes it's just as a check, a check to say, am I on the right track or am I thinking correctly? But also to give me some gauge of, am I out in left field? So if I ask you what you think, that's what I want to know. I don't want to know how you feel. That may come later because I want to be able to take what you say and process it and logically think about it and mesh it with what I'm thinking to try to come up with a solution to lead us as a couple.
I want to add something I think that is important for us as women to be better listeners is to put down our phones, to not be doing something else. And I think men and women are guilty of doing that. But I think one of the best ways to be a good listener is to be totally present and available.
Right. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate that, Miss Shaw. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you guys so much.
I see the hand wave. Thank you.
We are so glad you guys are here.
Secretary. If I butchered that, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you guys have a question in the chat. If you guys have a question, please put it in
And these
the
are
chat.
questions that we actually got from the community already. So we just are priming the pump, like Renee said earlier. But go ahead, give me the next one.
Okay, the next one is,
and we got a game we're gonna play too.
Yes, we got a game, and we're also going to talk about our date night. We're going to give a weekly recommendation for things for couples and singles to do to get out and get active.
Right.
So the next question is, dun dun dun, what are some common relationship deal breakers for men?
Ooh. I think this one, what are some common deal breakers for men? First, I'm going to say they are all going to be different because guys are different. You know,
I
guys.
can think of one.
Oh, well, let me answer my question. This is my question. This is
Okay,
ladies.
okay,
You ask
okay,
it.
okay,
If
okay,
you
go
want to
ahead,
ask
go
a question, you can ask a question too.
I
But
get to answer next week.
yeah, but no,
Next
but you
week is going to be.
you can chime in on this one
Gentlemen.
too. But I'm going to answer it. I would
Okay.
say so. One more time. See, you made me lose my train
Okay.
of thought. So answer the
What
question.
are some common
Deal breakers.
relationship deal breakers for men?
I would say the number one for me, and I would even say for my fellas, is going to be dishonesty. If you are not being 100%, as they say, keep it 100 and all those things, just be, we always talk about it, be hot, be honest, open, and transparent. So dishonesty is one that I think goes both ways. But if you can't be honest from the very beginning, whether you're dating or been together for a long time, that is one that is going to be a big, big deal breaker. And I would say maybe second to that, men need respect. That is something that is so huge to us, especially as even men of color, men of black men, that kind of thing. Out in society, we get enough of it out there of disrespect as being a man and being sometimes trying to make me feel less than a man. It happens, and I don't care if you're in corporate America or if you're all the way on in at the lowest level of the food chain when it comes to career wise. You see it all the time. So that lack of respect, and then if you have to get with your spouse, your significant other, your mate, and you got to come home to it or be around it and still get it, that would be a huge, huge deal breaker. Deal breaker. And when I say that, it may look something like challenging my manhood, like you're not a man. Again, you may have points of reference that you may have experienced in your own life. That is just that. It is your experience and it's your point of reference. It doesn't mean all men are that way. Even if you've had bad experience from previous relationships, if you had bad experience from previous relationships, and then you're in a new one, for example, it may not be the same. Even if you see some of the same traits, it's not going to be the same. So I would say those are two big ones. I would say for me, dishonesty and lack of respect.
The first one that came to my mind, because I am married to a black man, is cheating. I think that being unfaithful to a black, I think that men have a harder time handling that than women do. Yeah. So I think that it hurts a man's ego more. Ladies in the chat, would you guys give me some thumbs up if you agree? Because I think that that's a big thing for men. I mean, that's just something I believe.
Okay, so here's a question.
Okay.
Miss T, I'm just gonna say Miss T because I can barely see it, you know, but I don't want to butcher it. So how can a woman who are alpha females be in relationships without changing who they are? It's funny that you would just say that. I'm just saying, let's see, I think I may have a little bit of experience in this area. Yeah. I would say, honestly, don't try to change who you are. There's a difference between overbearing and being a confident woman and being not controlling, but being in control. That is the sign to me and the strength of an alpha female, someone who knows what she wants, even if you're in corporate America or in your business, you're a boss and all those types of things. That is a time to be that way in that particular area or that arena. Don't change who you are. That's a conversation that can be happen with your spouse or significant other to say, hey, I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything like that, but this is who I am. And they have to be willing to accept you for who you are as well as you, because if alpha, like Renee, I just use her as an example, she's alpha, she's very direct and all those alpha traits, and I'm not. But doesn't mean that I'm a punk or nothing like that. It doesn't mean that you're weak or anything. It's not about being combative or anything like that. It's about accepting each other for who you are and embracing it, because there are times that her alphaness has been a definite plus in things that we have done together in our relationship, because there are times where maybe I should be a little bit more forceful in certain areas or situations that may happen, and where she comes along and handles it. Not that I couldn't, but she handles it more directly and more forcefully, where that's just not my natural personality. So I respect her personality and I embraced it and I used it to accomplish the goal, not just for me, but for us. So don't change who you are, but try to use your strengths to be an asset to the relationship, not just to you in your endeavors as being a boss or just in life. That's just a part of who you are. It's just a part of who your makeup is. I hope I answered that. That was just
Did he
totally.
did he answer the question?
Just give me a thumbs up or a thumb sideways.
Or
Or
if you want more insight on that
yeah,
question,
but good.
thank you,
But
thank
go
you.
ahead.
Hopefully that helped you. But this whole alpha thing is, I think that's something that is very prevalent now,
Yeah,
and I think that it's just a matter of you knowing who you are, because if that's who you are, that's who you
yeah.
are. But it's not where it makes you um
Uh,
overbearing.
yeah, and because there, you think about it, there's a difference between being an alpha and being in control and those types of things. You don't have to be hard or ABW, that angry black woman. Some people will say that it doesn't mean that that is how you normally operate or anything like that. But when you have to be hard and aggressive, assertive, and all those kind of traits, then that's okay as long as it's issued and used with love.
Because one of the
Because
things I think that you guys, if you guys notice, you guys see me cooking, and I try to show that, because yes, I am
an
um
alpha, just say it, an
I
alpha.
have an alpha personality, but I also know how to be soft and kind and gentle. And maybe some of it is my age, maybe some of it is menopause, but I don't think that you have to be an alpha at home. I
Right.
don't think you have to be an
You shouldn't
alpha
be.
with your
You shouldn't
kids.
have to be.
I think that's for work, and it's great for work. But when I'm at home, I'm just Renee. And
Hmm.
so I think it's just knowing when, it's like knowing how to navigate it where it's an asset and not a hindrance.
Because there's only one lion.
He's
There's only
the king of
I'm the
our
real. I'm the
castle.
real alpha. I just don't have to flex. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just. But go ahead.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your
Yeah, she
question.
said love that.
Wonderful.
Good.
Yay,
All
good.
right.
Okay, so here is the other question. I think this is so appropriate for what you just asked, T. It says, how can I support my man's career and personal goals while maintaining a healthy relationship?
Support. That
Yes.
that's that is the operative word in that question. I would say for a man, let's just say, like in our situation, I keep coming back to this because Renee, at one point in our career, in our earlier in our careers, and even in our marriage, Renee was making sometimes twice what I made financially. And when that happened, I was like, oh my gosh. And that was challenging. But she has always been encouraging. She has always been encouraging to me as far as in my career endeavors and things like that, because that's what I needed. And to know that she was being encouraging, it helped me with my ambition to do better. It wasn't a competition. It has never been a competition with us, because the two shall become one. And even if you're not married or if you're in that engagement stage, that's what you should always be striving for and working towards, the two becoming one. So encouraging each other, not just her to me, but me to her in that aspect. It goes both ways. And also the ambition. Sometimes you may have a guy who's not as ambitious as you may be, even especially as an alpha. That's probably a trait that you may have. An alpha female will definitely, she can just hit the ground running and just go and get it done and do it really, really well. So if she is encouraging to me and being ambitious and encouraging me to be a little bit more ambitious, that's that exchange that happens, I think, in a relationship, where it's an exchange to her strength can become my strength. Even if it's not as strong as hers, it can be an asset. So this is totally off the cuff. I still feel like I'm in the hot seat, but I'm still gonna try to do the best I can.
Thank you.
All
I
right, all right.
appreciate you. Okay.
Where my fellas at? Hopefully my fellas is there, and just if I'm doing good, y'all bros, just give me a thumbs up or something. Just say, yeah, bro, keep going, keep going.
Okay, so we got two more questions,
Okay.
and then we're going to shift gears.
No.
You know, okay. It says, how can I encourage open communication with the man I'm in a relationship with?
How can I encourage open communication with the man I'm in a relationship with? For me, it took a lot of years when we first started dating. I had to know that Renee was a safe place. I had to know that she was someone that I could actually come to and talk to and bring things to me, because men, we are, and don't take this in the wrong light. I'm gonna tell them, y'all. So ladies, don't use this as a weapon. Sometimes men can be emotionally weak and physically strong. So anything, because we had hair salons. So in some of the ways women talk in a hair salon is worse than bros at the barbershop. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. That's some hard conversation. I was a shampoo. I was helping Renee when she was when we had one of the salons. And I used to go in there and help her, and I would just be like a fly on the wall. Boy, I got some good info. Man, women, y'all be talking about some stuff. And way y'all talk to each other is hard. Guys, it is hard. It is direct. It's like a punch in the face sometimes. I'm like, ooh, she said that real? I was like, man, it's going to be a fight here in a minute.
And he was like, what's up, girl?
Yeah, and just carry on. I'm like, that didn't register with me. It was kind of crazy. But to know that you are a safe place. Yeah. If I know that you are a safe place and I can express my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, and know that you got my back, that will encourage me to do it more and more and more. And I would say the second part to that is non-judgmental. When I say that, I mean, if I'm bringing something to you that's something that's important to me, or I wouldn't be bringing it to you if it wasn't important to me. We have a tendency to want to fix it. We want to give the answer. We want to tell somebody what to do. I'm not looking for that. Right. I'm just looking for you to sometimes just listen to what I have to say, and then not judge me for my thoughts. Even if it's something out in left field and you think it is the stupidest thing that will not work, or it just don't make no sense. At least listen and hear me out. You can, just like Renee's doing right now, just nod in the head, just like, even though she may be thinking, that is just crazy. That is just crazy. See, Alpha, she's gonna tell me, but then we've developed this over the years, so I know if she says it, now I've learned that she has always got my back. And if a guy knows that you have his back, not necessarily physically and as far as resources and things like that, and they got to fund what he's trying to do. Now I ain't talking about that. Just to know that you're listening to me and you're bringing me, I can bring something to you that's important to me. To know that you're not going to judge me, and you're going to be encouraging, and you're going to at least listen. That is something that is just pays huge dividends in your relationship.
And something else, one of the ways he'll know he can trust you with stuff is if he doesn't hear it again.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. There are things that Gil and I share with each other that we don't share with anyone else. Right. And if he hears it from someone else, then he's going to know that you're talking about it with your friends. And that is a no-go.
And that's something that will violate the relationship code. That can be one of the deal breakers.
Even if it's your mama or your sister.
And because when I come around, then all of a sudden it's going to be like, that could be a big deal breaker for some. Yeah. That's what I would say. Yeah. So what's the next one?
This is the last
one. We thank y'all for hanging out with us on this Thursday Night Live. We're doing it a little bit different. It's not so much teaching. This is just going.
Questions and answers.
Because we want to bring you things that is important to you. So if you got a question, throw it in there like Miss T did. I appreciate that. Or I'm going to say Miss T because I think it's a young lady, or it's a woman. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Thank you, Miss T.
Okay. So what are some thoughtful gestures to show love and care to a man?
Thoughtful gestures to show love. I think you have to know him. Some guys, you can bring me a plate of wings. Well, not me, but you can bring a guy a plate of wings and just something to eat. And that says, oh man, this is amazing. This is it. That's something that can be encouraging. But I think it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. For me, it is being able to spend some quality time with Renee. Because if she is just busy, like most people are throughout the day, if you're just busy and always got things going and you both may work and things like that.
He wants my undivided attention. No phone, no computer.
Oh man, there's no worse
than sitting there with him, like
even if it's just while we watch a movie or a movie is on, we just sitting there just to be just like we are right now, physically close together is enough. You know, for me, some guys that may not be enough. So I think you have to really know your partner, your spouse, your significant other to
And
say
he like lingerie too, y'all. Just gonna
that's a
say,
plus.
gonna put up there.
That's a plus. But so you just have to know what we're talking about when we say, what do I need for you to show me to show that you care and you want to spend time? So it's a matter of knowing what they like, you know. And if you don't ask.
Yeah.
They will tell you. If he says, I want some new J's or something like that, I ain't saying you gotta go get them, but at least you know. It could be something like he could be talking about a new candy bar or something like that. He may be up to financially, but it's just something. It can be that simple or that elaborate is what I'm trying to get at. So it's just a matter of knowing the person that you're with and what do they like, and give it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do y'all think Gil did? You guys think he did good? I think he did good with the Q&A. So ladies,
Am I done?
that for that part of the
Oh.
whole segment of Q&A, unless someone puts a question in the chat, feel free to put questions in the chat. Let us know how you guys like this. Let us know if you guys like the Q&A versus us doing a topical, because I think a lot of it is that we've kind of gone over all the topics that we basically when we work with couples, but now we want to really help with just making it more we get to know each other.
Yeah, and applicable. I thank you. I did great. I appreciate that. So you can ask me some more questions just for that. So you can ask me some more. Thank you, Miss Shaw. Thank you.
See, men like to be praised.
Encouragement. That's more. Bring it.
So we're going to talk about. We believe in the importance of dating.
Yes.
If you guys watch our short, you guys saw that we did a short, and someone said it was bad acting, y'all. Someone said our short was bad acting. Do you know how hard it is to take one person's conversation and put it with another person's
That
conversation?
was some amazing editing.
Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you. But anyway, so we went on a date night. We go to date night every Friday night. We go on a date night.
If y'all want to come, y'all can come hang out with us.
Yeah.
We try to say it. We'll put it up. So if you're in the San Antonio area, by all means, you can come and hang out with us on our date night. Just don't get too. No, I'm just no. You can come and hang out with us.
Yes.
That's why we're doing it, because before we moved back here, we really didn't take advantage of some of the things that you should do as a normal party. We did do date night and things like that, but we are being more intentional about it. You probably, even no matter where you're watching from or listening from or wherever you're at right now, be a student of your city, your space, your place, because there are some amazing places that you already have at your disposal. All those, go to the places that tourists go to. Yeah. And check it out. If you've never been, go check it out, because when we hear something, if you got any suggestions, we will definitely go and check it out. And we're going to invite some people to come. If you want to come and hang out with us, we had a couple that hung out with us last week.
Yeah, and last week we went and played pickleball.
Never did it
Have
before.
You guys played pickleball? Put it in the chat. Have you ever played pickleball? Have you ever heard of pickleball? Put it in the chat. Let us know if you guys have heard of it.
It's not what you're thinking. It ain't that nasty. So get it out your mind. Well, no matter what the video looked like, it wasn't that. It was like imagine playing table tennis on a small tennis court. But you do not have to be super athletic. You're not doing a lot of running. You're not doing it because the knees and the feet and all that can't take that stuff no more. But it was very, very fun. It was fun, and you can actually physically have a good time and just socialize, because that's what it's really all about, spending time together. And this place was so amazing. So if you're in the San Antonio area, go check out Chicken and Pickle.
Or they have them all over the country.
Yeah.
If you don't live in San Antonio.
If you do, and you go check it out, they even got food. You can just sit and chill. They had a band out there. What kind of music, but it was there, and it's just the atmosphere was just great. So
it was fun to get out, because for so long we have been able to go out and do stuff. So now our date nights are out, and so we're going to share with you guys what we are doing. So that's what we did last week. So we encourage you to do a date night. Go out, have fun, take her out, call him and ask him to take you out. Do some stuff together.
So where my alpha at who said that, like, call him and say, hey, we're going to play pickleball.
Okay, so each week we want to tell you what we did on our date night. Yeah. So that's what we did last week. So now we're going to play a game. Dun, dun, dun! It's game time, and the game is Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Okay.
And so I'm gonna do some of them.
How come I feel like this is more questions?
No, this is not. It's fun.
Are you gonna answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta both answer.
Oh, okay.
So, would you rather have a romantic date night at a fancy restaurant, or a cozy night with a home cooked dinner? I'm going to answer
So
first.
read it one more time. Would you rather
Would
have?
you rather, and I want you guys in the chat to answer the question too. Would you rather have a romantic date night at a fancy restaurant, or would you rather have a cozy night at home with a
Oh
home
man.
cooked dinner?
And you can even you can call it in. You can bring the food in. You ain't got to cook it. But no, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
So which would you? Go ahead. You can answer first.
What I would rather?
Yeah.
I would rather have a cozy night at home with a home cooked meal. I have too many food issues. I like my own food. I like to cook. I enjoy cooking.
And I can cook. I can
Yeah,
cook.
you can cook,
Yep,
baby. You
yep,
can
I
cook.
can cook.
So what would you prefer?
I would say the cozy. I would say the cozy too. Not because of the food issues and things like that, but just because it's more intimate and that quality time that we mentioned already. That's just where I feel more comfortable.
And what
at.
do you say every time I cook?
Thank you.
Nope. Every time you get a plate and you eat, you say
Thanks for cooking.
no. You say that, but it's something else you always say. It's your, and it just makes
Best thing I ever had.
Nope, that's not it either. No.
This is on the spot, so
Whenever we eat dinner,
Uh-huh.
we eat. You always say better than any restaurant.
Better than any restaurant. That was close.
No, you weren't.
I said better than best I ever had.
No. So
Better than any restaurant,
in
and
the
it
chat,
truly is. It is.
what's your favorite?
So
Would
it
you-
says here, let's see, Angela Saw said cozy night. Yeah, that's
Cozy
what
night.
home cooking. That's what I'm talking about.
Yay!
Rec T said, Miss T said romantic dinner at a fancy restaurant.
Nothing wrong with that,
no.
girl. I like that too sometimes.
I guess it depends on where you like to go eat. Or is it one of them bougie French where you can't even pronounce the stuff, or is it more or less a nice restaurant where you can actually understand what's on the menu, but it's gonna cost a brother a C note or something like that? Because that's no, I'm just joking.
Now, when we first started dating, we were younger. We went to a lot of restaurants.
Right.
And you spent a lot of money. But I have celiac, and we're plant based, so it's hard.
Building the whole, you say, "Come on, Gil, you know this."
Hi,
Yeah.
We're so glad you're here. We're so glad all you guys are here.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
So that was ours. So the question was, would you rather have a romantic dinner atmosphere or a cozy night at home?
Okay.
So
another one. The next one is, would you rather travel the world with your partner, but stay at one place more than a week, or have a stable home life with occasional vacations?
what would y'all say? Somebody
What
else
would y'all
answer.
say?
The cozy. So travel the world.
Would you rather travel the world with your partner, but stay at one place more than a week, or have a stable home life with occasional vacations? What would y'all like? What y'all want? What y'all want to do?
So I'm gonna live on the edge. I think at this point in my life, I want to go mobile. Y'all know we got Richie, we got the RV, and I would love to just go for a while and just be mobile and see a lot of different places and go a lot of different. Even though we moved a lot and we've seen a lot, there's still a lot more to see. So that's what I would say.
What would y'all like to do?
And you said, so they chiming in. So let's see here. The whole, you said travel.
That's bland.
It says
Travel.
Miss D says it's gonna cost a mortgage payment because
oh
my God, it's gonna cost a mortgage payment. Oh my God, that's gonna be a serious trip right there. Stable home life with occasional vacations, Miss Shaw. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's
I would
good.
Stable home life, but have the stable home life, but take one of those mortgage payments and go on a trip. That would be awesome.
That would be you.
No, I want to go mobile. I want to travel.
Mobile.
I want to
Okay.
travel.
Okay.
I want to travel.
So y'all want me to answer?
Yeah.
I would rather have a stable home life and take occasional trips.
Okay.
I have traveled a lot in my life.
Right.
And so
That's okay. That's okay.
But
And
if you want to go on trips on the RV, I'll do that too.
I think that would even be based on your own life experiences too. So if you haven't traveled a lot, maybe you want to travel, or maybe that's just a dream. You know, I have to look at the young people now. They just go. They will sleep in their car. They wouldn't even know how to have a house, and they gonna travel, which is amazing. I think it's awesome.
They're an experienced generation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
But what's the next?
Okay, here's the next one, y'all. Okay. Would you rather receive a surprise gift with a heartfelt handwritten letter from your partner, or a special or your partner on a for a special occasion?
One more time.
Would you rather receive a surprise gift with
that.
a heartfelt handwritten letter
Okay.
from your partner or a special occasion?
Or a special
like,
occasion.
Yeah. What would you rather have? Like a special trip or a
Oh, I would rather have the special occasion. Special. Because the gifts at this point in my life, I don't want any gifts unless it's a new RV. I keep coming back. No, I'd rather have the new RV even over a Porsche.
What about y'all? Would you guys rather have a
surprise gift with a handwritten
note or a special occasion?
See, that's right with me. That's right. The whole year, that's right. I'm ready to roll.
Y'all both ready to retire.
Because if you ain't got it by now, I ain't gonna say you ain't gonna get it. No, I'm just joking.
See, me personally, I would like just a handwritten note. I'm good on gifts.
See, that handwritten note is intimate. It is.
Yes, I like handwritten notes. That's me. Yay! So I want the handwritten note. Letter. Yes, yes.
That's cool.
Okay, so here's the next one. Would you rather go on a spontaneous road trip?
Here we go. No! Done.
Would you rather go on a spontaneous road trip with your partner with no destination in mind, or would you like to take a planned dream vacation together?
No, where my keys? Where my keys?
How many of you guys want to go on a road trip, and how many of you guys would like to go on a planned dream vacation?
A road trip. That's me. But you gonna say what you gonna say?
I have done road trips and I have done planned.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Answer the question. I'm gonna pick out a good one because you keep asking about trips. So you already know.
I would like. Yeah, because our anniversary's coming up. I don't even know what I want to do.
I know what you want to do. We going on a trip, and it ain't gonna be a road trip, y'all. For our anniversary. This is 35, so we ain't going on a road trip. I can bet you can bet that.
I like road trips though.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, because we did that all during the pandemic was road trips. Mm-hmm. I'd rather go on a dream vacation together.
A dream vacation?
Yes.
Okay.
What about you guys? What you guys want to do? Which would you choose? Angie said she would plan a vacation, and Blanche said, planning, please. Yes, let's take a trip together, y'all. T says a surprise gift and with a letter. Okay, so we have 2 more of these that are would you rather. This is this game. So each week we're going to have a different game. So this week's game is would you rather.
Okay, this is one. Would you rather have a partner that's a great cook but messy in the kitchen, or a neat freak who can't cook at all?
I'll tell you which one I am. Which one
would you rather have? A partner that's a great cook but they have a messy kitchen, or a neat freak who can't cook?
Wait a minute. No, but they're messy. It says, but they're messy in the kitchen.
Right. They're messy in the kitchen, or a neat freak who can't cook.
I
already have mine. She can tear the kitchen up, boy. It's gonna be a war zone.
When I cook,
but it's gonna be good.
I tear the kitchen up.
That's what
I use every pot. I use every dish. But the food is good, and then whoever cooks, the other person cleans.
Oh my God! And it's
so I'm trying to get better because I
know she hasn't. No, she hasn't. Don't believe that. She hasn't tried to get better. I say that with love. But she ain't got no. She ain't got better.
So what did you guys prefer? A neat freak who can't cook, or someone who can cook but they destroy the whole kitchen?
So Miss Shaw said, "Great cook but messy in the kitchen."
Yeah.
I'll help him clean. That's what he did, Miss T. I need him to cook because you love food. Is that?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. That's a good one.
You guys want 2 more?
No, one more.
One more.
Because don't you have some more questions about? You had like.
If you guys have other questions, you guys are welcome.
If something comes to your mind, just throw it in there.
Yeah. If you have a question about this is ladies' night, questions women have for men, put that in the chat. But we're gonna have 2 more of the game questions.
Okay. How about this one? Would you rather have your spouse write you a nice love song, but don't sing it, or have him sing it, a nice love song to you that he didn't write?
Want me to answer?
So, nice love song that he wrote, but somebody else sings it, or he sings to you, but he didn't write the song.
Well, could I have both?
No, no. No, my husband can't sing.
Me either, girl.
Me. You don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you
I
know.
think all this
Yeah.
time I know.
Yeah.
But you doing better. You trying.
But
Would,
T said two more. Okay, go ahead. But you got to answer that one too. So
okay, so I would say,
have him sing a song that he wrote, or sing a song that somebody else wrote, or him sing to you that he didn't write. Write me a song.
I was
All
about to say,
Michelle.
write me a song.
Okay.
And see, Gil, I'm gonna tell you guys something. One of our friends, his name was Gary Crawford. He was Gil's best friend, and he was a
amazing
praise and
songwriter.
worship, and he wrote us a song, y'all.
Because me and him like worked this out. This is stepping up the game. I asked him. I commissioned him to write a song for us.
And it's called and commission.
Liked it so much they took it.
The song is called Seasons.
It's called One Love. So if you ever want to see, if you hear that by commission, it's in the late 90s. If you want to hear that, it's called One Love by commission.
Gary Crawford wrote that song for Gil
and for us for one of our anniversary. I think it was our 15th anniversary or something like that. And they liked it so much. He was like, Gil, I got to tell you, they liked the song, and I had to let them. I was like, I ain't mad at you, brother. Get them royalties. But if you hear it, it's about that
song,
and you can find it out there. It's out there.
Yeah, that makes me want to cry.
Right.
So yes, having someone write a song, even if they can't sing, is amazing.
Right.
And Gary's in heaven, y'all.
Yeah,
so that's what I want.
Yeah. All right. So now, would you rather have a partner that's an excellent planner but not spontaneous, or be spontaneous but not a good planner?
Now, from between our personalities that y'all know so far, which one of us do y'all think is spontaneous, and which one of us do you think is the planner?
But that's okay. You're gonna say you're Renee's the spontaneous one.
Yes, I am.
But
I can plan too.
Unless we're in the RV. No, I'm just but I'm the planner. I'm the one. So plan, please. That's what I'm talking about. I'm the planner.
I love that. I love that he plans stuff.
Everything.
Like, hey, let me know where we going. I'm with you. I'm there.
Hit one more note. Me. No. See, I'll try. Stop encouraging.
No, actually, during praise and worship, he actually really sounds good, y'all. When he worshiping Jesus, he sounds good.
No, so see, like Michelle said, she has a daughter with special needs that plan.
Yeah.
So, and some of it could be just because of the circumstances of life that you just have that way. But that's what we like to do. We just like to have fun. We try to do something a little bit different.
And we're trying to learn to be more fun and have fun. So we figure we're going to learn how to have fun with y'all.
See, and Renee, like Miss Blanche, no, she is the planner, especially when it comes to this stuff. She's a planner in that capacity.
The trips, no.
But everything else,
no. I'm not. I am. When it comes to work,
yes.
Work, I don't play, and play, I don't work. I am not. When we go on a trip, I'm like, I don't want.
She want to try to work during vacations or play.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So okay, better, y'all. So we got about 40. We've been here 45 minutes. So we're gonna answer one or two more questions that you may have. Go through, see if you got any more questions.
For the man.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I can answer almost anything now.
You feel like Superman, baby.
I don't know about Superman, but I feel like I can. I think I represented our fellas pretty well, and gave them some kind of peek behind the curtain. Told them some of the secrets behind the curtain that.
Okay, do you guys have a question for a man that you guys want to ask?
That's okay. And if you don't, that's okay. I'm off the hot seat, and I'm fine with that.
I have some more questions though.
Okay. Go ahead. All right.
How do I handle conflicts and disagreements with a man?
How do I handle conflicts and disagreements with a man? I think it's gonna be the same way you handle it with a woman. No. Which means you have to literally listen, is what I'm getting at. You're going to have to listen to one thing that I think you have to really focus on is what is the root of the issue? Because sometimes we can focus on something that has nothing to do with the root cause of what caused the conflict. So you have to be willing to listen without having a preconceived idea of where the conversation is going to go. I think that's a part of the recipe, because just like with any conflict, there's a reason why you're in conflict.
Mm-hmm.
A disagreement is basically mean we disagree about something, or I didn't like, or something
You
happened.
didn't get what you want.
You didn't get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the first thing you have to do is listen. What's up? Well, I mean, what is going on from your perspective, or how did you see that? So I would say that is pivotal.
Well,
to-
the reason why I think it's different
So I'm gonna ask you
with
this
a
question
man
next week, but
and,
go ahead.
and with a man
But go ahead.
and with a woman is because for me, I grew up around women,
Mm-hmm.
and with women, you just go to them right away and you just talk about it. Sometimes with you, you need time to process.
Right.
You need time to think. So I think that the difference between me interacting with you versus me interacting with someone else is that I have to first of all understand that I am a female and you're a man. So I have to I have to calm myself down and not be in my feelings so that it doesn't come off the wrong way.
Well, and I think it's obviously men and women are different
Mm-hmm.
in our makeup and in how we are structured and formed, how God formed us. But I think when you talk about it from the conflict side, this is no different than anything else. This is how I'm. It was my question, so I'm answering my question. So I'm just answering it. So that's what I think. I think even when it comes to any conflict, you have to really understand what the root cause of it is, and then be able to listen and compromise to figure out what can we do, be solution focused about, let's come up with a solution, not just say what I want to say to be heard.
Right.
So
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
What y'all think, y'all?
Yeah.
What y'all think about his answer?
Yeah, I think it was good. So
what y'all think? Y'all tell us what y'all think. Tell us in the chat.
Yeah. So we hope this is a little bit better. We hope you guys actually got something
out of it.
Hang out with. I'm sweating, y'all. No, I'm just joking. It was fun that we got some response from you guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it, and we love you guys. So just remember, we're going to be back here next Thursday, where it's going to be the women's turn to be in the hot seat, and I'm going to see it. So clear communication is the key. Absolutely.
Yes.
Definitely, Michelle. Appreciate that comment. Absolutely.
Yes.
Clear communication. So
and so Gil had a question for me that he wrote on the board, and his question was, why are we doing this? Why did we change our format? And I want to tell you guys, the reason why we changed our format was because we realized that the currency in YouTube is your time. And we don't want to waste it. We don't want to squander it. We want to make sure that we are investing in you, that we're giving you things that are encouraging, but that we realize that if you're doing something and it's not working, you have to be willing to shift. And so this was something the Lord gave me to do, because he knows we're not fun. He knows we need to learn how to have fun. So God is using this not only to help us to grow as a couple, but also help us to grow as a community. So we hope that by changing the format, if you guys like the new format, please let us know in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that this is better, you think that this is more engaging, please let us know. If you're watching it later on, tell us, answer the questions in the chat.
Wait, and we got one question that popped up at the last minute. Miss T, we're going to answer this one. Why can't some men be honest about not wanting marriage? Wow, that's a good one. But I think it kind of comes back to some of the things that we actually talked about. It could be because of past experiences. I would say first and foremost, experiences, whether it was they didn't come up in a great home where they didn't see what marriage looks like or was modeled very well or done very well. You know, my parents got divorced. And so even though I was a little bit different, I wanted to be married. I wanted the polar opposite of what I seen, because when my parents went their separate ways, it damaged everybody. And so even though all my siblings are got married and everything, same with myself, it still was from my own experiences. So that could be a part of it. And then the other one is ask. I would say even if guys don't want to be married, it's probably going to go back to an experience that they had either from childhood abortion issues or a bad relationship. It could have went sideways or something like that, and they got hurt. It's going to be the root cause of it. I will say it's going to be because of a hurt.
And because we're in marriage ministry and this is what we do every day, 365, I was doing an assessment, and you guys are welcome to go and do it. It's a marriage assessment. It's 10 questions you should be able to say yes to before you get married.
Yep, it's
If
out
you're
there
if
on
you're
the
dating,
website.
you're engaged or whatever, go and get it because it's important. One of the biggest reasons why people don't get married is because of being selfish. And sometimes it can be hurt, but at the root of it,
That's a good one.
it's selfishness. And so make sure you check it in your own heart. Make sure you uproot being selfish in your heart because that's one of the biggest enemies to marriage
That's
is
good.
being selfish and self-centered and still thinking about you because marriage is about thinking about the other person.
Yep.
And so
That's
hopefully that answered your question. I hope it did. If you guys have any more questions, put them in the chat. I read everything you guys write.
So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you guys next week.
Thursday for Q&A. It's are you ready? Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yep. So, all right.
And we'll have a different game too.
Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you so much. We love you. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And if you do leave comments, we'll answer them in the comments.
Yes,
thank you guys. Love y'all.
All
right. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.